Have you ever wondered how an 80,000-ton steel behemoth could traverse the Taiwan Strait overnight in combat readiness without eliciting any response from the 200,000-strong Taiwanese military across the strait? Just 1 week after the Grand Military Parade on September the 3rd, China's newest aircraft carrier, the Fujian, provided the real-world answer to this question. This task force, centered around the Fujian and escorted by the modern-class destroyer Hangzhou and the Type 052C destroyer Jinan, made a high-profile passage through the Taiwan Strait on the night of September the 11th to the 12th, heading south toward the South China Sea to conduct its ninth sea trial. Taiwan's defense authorities later downplayed the incident with a perfunctory statement that they monitored the entire operation using joint intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities. This evasive response only exposed their underlying strategic anxiety. The Fujian's southern voyage was far from a routine sea trial. Judging by its formation configuration and operational posture, this was a highly combat-oriented mission. Unlike its previous 8 trials, which were primarily confined to the Yellow and Bohai Seas, the Fujian chose to traverse the Taiwan Strait, a 370 nautical mile long channel averaging just 110 nautical miles wide, in full combat readiness. The complex hydrographic conditions, with average wave heights of 3.5 meters and visibility below 5 nautical miles, pose severe tests for critical systems like its shipborne phased array radar and electromagnetic compatibility systems. The Japanese Self-Defense Forces P-3 Sea Patrol aircraft captured the first images of the Fujian carrier strike group approximately 200 kilometers northwest of the Diaoyu Islands, underscoring the international attention surrounding this operation. The self-defense forces not only identified the composition of the formation, but also attempted to analyze its operational intent, reflecting neighboring countries' heightened vigilance toward China's naval power projection capabilities. As China's first domestically designed and constructed catapult-equipped aircraft carrier, the Fujian marks a groundbreaking technological achievement globally as the first conventionally powered carrier employing electromagnetic catapult technology. Foreign media estimates based on satellite imagery suggest its full load displacement is approximately 85,000 tons, making it the world's largest conventionally powered carrier by tonnage. Crucially, its electromagnetic catapult system offers significant advantages over traditional ski jump takeoffs. It enables aircraft to launch in optimal combat readiness with full fuel and full ammunition, extending their combat radius by over 50%. Launch intervals are drastically reduced to 45 seconds, allowing a maximum daily sortie rate of 300 aircraft, 3 times that of the Liaoning. These performance metrics represent not only a technological leap, but a fundamental revolution in operational doctrine. Regarding aircraft configuration, foreign media speculate the Fujian will carry over 40 fixed-wing aircraft and 12 helicopters, including the stealth fighter J-35, catapult-launched J-15T, electronic warfare variant J-15DT, and the critical KJ-600 early warning aircraft. This configuration places the Fujian's aircraft quality above most active duty carriers, placing it on par with the U.S. Navy's Ford-class vessels. Notably, the deployment of the KJ-600 early warning aircraft will significantly extend the fleet's reconnaissance radius. When integrated with the J-35 stealth fighters, it can establish a 3-dimensional defense perimeter with an effective range of 800 kilometers. An assessment report from the U.S. Naval War College even noted that this configuration enables the Fujian to execute distributed kill chains within the second island chain. Reviewing the Fujian sea trial progress, since its inaugural trial in May 2024, it has completed 8 sea trials totaling 117 days. These trials tested the propulsion system, electrical systems, formation coordination, and the critical electromagnetic catapult system. Its cumulative sea trial duration has already surpassed that of the Liaoning and Shandong carriers, reflecting China's increasingly mature aircraft carrier construction technology despite higher technical complexity. During the return voyage of the 5th sea trial, numerous tire marks appeared on the flight deck, indicating that carrier-based aircraft takeoff and landing tests had been conducted. The 8th sea trial lasted only 6 days, setting the shortest duration record for the Fujian's trials. Dense black tire marks in the deck arresting gear area confirmed that carrier-based aircraft had completed catapult launches and arrested landings on the Fujian. This 9th sea trial is likely the final test before the Fujian aircraft carrier enters service. Drawing parallels to the Shandong carrier's sea trial timeline in 2019, which transited the Taiwan Strait in November and was formally commissioned on December the 17th, the Fujian is also expected to join active duty after completing its South China Sea trials. Industry observers widely anticipate that the Fujian will be formally incorporated into the South Sea Fleet by late September, ahead of National Day, becoming the second aircraft carrier stationed at the Sanya Integrated Support Base. Foreign observers have even suggested two potential dates, September the 18th or October the 1st, both carrying significant symbolic weight for the Fujian. The decision to deploy the Fujian to the South China Sea and potentially base it in Sanya carries profound strategic implications. Sanya's superior port facilities facilitate rapid access to the Western Pacific and Indian Ocean, aligning with the Chinese Navy's Far Sea Escort strategy. Once the Fujian enters formal service, the PLA Navy will gain the capability to rotate 3 carriers in deployment, following the internationally accepted standard of 1 carrier on combat duty, 1 undergoing training and integration, and 1 undergoing maintenance and upgrades. China will achieve round-the-clock coverage of its near seas. This deployment not only enhances China's presence in critical maritime areas, but, more importantly, creates a pincer posture combining forward deployment with land-based firepower, deterring external forces from intervening in regional affairs. The commissioning of the Fujian will also profoundly reshape the military landscape in the Asia-Pacific. As China's carrier capabilities rapidly advance, the U.S. Navy's long-standing absolute dominance in the region faces new challenges. While the U.S. still operates 11 nuclear-powered supercarriers, China's accelerated progress in carrier technology is fundamentally altering the regional military equilibrium. When operating in formation with Type 055 destroyers and nuclear submarines, the Fujian can execute missions in the Western Pacific and Indian Ocean to safeguard maritime trade routes. Notably, China's medium-voltage DC electromagnetic catapult technology leads the U.S., while the J-35's stealth capabilities combined with the PL-17 ultra-long-range missile create a generational advantage over the F-35C. For Taiwan, the commissioning of the Fujian signifies a further tilt in the military balance across the strait. Think tanks on the island have already sounded the alarm. Once the Fujian enters active service, the PLA Navy could potentially maintain 3 aircraft carrier strike groups operating simultaneously in the Western Pacific. Moreover, the Fujian's capability to carry fixed-wing early warning aircraft enhances its situational awareness over surrounding areas, expanding the fleet's long-range defense perimeter. Following the PLA's dual-carrier fleet exercises beyond the second island chain, some observers on the island have gained clearer insights into the PLA's carrier operational capabilities in the Western Pacific. They recognize that the Fujian's commissioning will grant the PLA greater tactical flexibility in potential regional denial operations. External forces approaching from any direction, north, east, or south, will be blocked by the PLA's carrier strike groups beyond the blockade line. The southern deployment of the Fujian and its imminent commissioning carry profound symbolic significance. They represent not only a milestone in the modernization of the Chinese Navy, but also a profound reshaping of the military balance in the Asia-Pacific region. As military experts have noted, the combat capability of an aircraft carrier lies not in its tonnage while docked, but in the strategic resolve it projects while underway. The Fujian's southern deployment embodies this resolve in 3-dimensional form. As its bow cleaves the waves of the South China Sea, it stirs not just spray, but a new chapter in China's blue water navy development. From the Yellow Sea testing grounds to the South China Sea training grounds, from single-vessel trials to integrated system exercises, this steel colossus is charting new dimensions of maritime power with its 300-meter flight deck,